Hello, have you ever wanted to become a website designer? If yes, then this video is for you. My name is Marsha and this is Marsha Creatives. And in this video, you're going to learn how to create a website using WordPress. So, welcome and let's jump in. So, the very first thing you need for you to host a website, you need something called a domain name and a hosting. So what is a domain name? A domain name is what somebody types on the URL www.yourdomainname.com. That is your domain name. So you need to purchase that from a hosting company. So you can just go online, get any hosting company that you trust, or if you are in Kenya, basically I would advise you to check Host Pinnacle, since I've used them for some time. This is their website right here. You can check them out. As you can see, I have several plans there, and they are quite cheap. So you can get the starter pack. For this one, it gives you, I think, a free domain and hosting. You also need a hosting. What is a hosting? A hosting is where you are going to store your website files. Okay, so if you have your if you buy your starter package or any of these, depending on what you want, the type of website you want to build, then now you will have the Host Pinnacle, or the hosting company you decide to go with. They're going to share with you something called the cPanel logins. So once you are shared with those, they'll be shared to your email. Go to your email, then access your cPanel, or log into the client section of Host Pinnacle or the hosting company that we have used. Then just log into your cPanel. So once you are logged in, for me, I'm already logged in my cPanel. So really, let me just go back to my cPanel. So this is your cPanel. The cPanel is where you create emails and all your website files will be stored. So we need to install a new WordPress installation. So quick fast, let's jump into that. So find something called WP Toolkit or WordPress Manager. For me, I'm going to use WordPress Manager because I'm going to use a subdomain for this site. So for this site, this is a client that I got, and I decided to use this client so that I can do this tutorial for you guys. Okay, so since the client has not provided me with the domain name that they already have, since it's running their current website, because they need a redesign of their website, so I decided to redesign the website on my domain name, which is marsacreatives.co.ke. Then I'm going to slash the company name, then I'm going to design the website there. Then once the website is up and running and the client approves, then now I'm going to transfer the site to their domain. So right now here I'm going to click on install. Then it's telling me where it's going to install. So it's going to install on Marsha Creatives right here. Then now, since on this domain there's already my website, now I'm going to slash here the company name. It's called Steelstone. So I'm going to slash there. For here I'm going to use Steelstone. That is the username, and I'm also going to generate a password here. So I like storing these password because you'll need them while logging in. So for me, I usually store them somewhere. So also you, while designing your website, ensure you store the admin username and password somewhere. So I'm going to store mine quick fast before I jump back into this video. So if you have any questions, type them on the comment section, and guys, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative content or for more information about how to design websites or how to do any graphics. So let me just save these details before I continue. Okay, so I have my admin username and my admin password saved properly. So I'm going to install this. So give it some time, should take a minute or two at most, but you see mine is done. So once it's done, you can see it has generated for me an administrative URL right here, as you can see. So the very first thing is now to jump in and now start doing your website. So once you click on that link, it takes you directly to the WordPress dashboard. So once you are here, voila, you have already created your first website. So you can start celebrating, because basically if I go to the domain that I've just created, marsacreative.co/Steelstone, if I copy this and just paste it right here, and voila, our website is up and running. So what we're supposed to do is change this content to the content that we need, or to the content of our client. So yeah, it's that simple, not difficult at all. So the very first thing when I log into my dashboard, that is the WordPress dashboard, is to clear up this dashboard. It's too messy for me. So I usually come to screen options and uncheck all these. And as you can see, my dashboard now is cleaner. The next thing is to get a theme. All my website run on one theme. You can decide to find yours that works for you. For me, I use Hello Elementor. So I'll come to appearance, themes, click on that. Then add new theme. Then right here we have Hello Elementor. I'm going to click install. And I'm going to activate the theme. So my theme now is up and running. The next thing is to install my plugins. Okay, so I'll just come to plugins and add new. So the very first plugin I usually need is Elementor, and it's telling me already here, thanks for installing Hello. Since I'm using Hello Elementor theme, they usually advise you use Elementor as your page builder. So I'm going to install that. So give it some time to load. I'll also use Elementor Pro on this. So if you do not have Elementor Pro is not free. You can just purchase it online from their website. So for me, I already have it. So I'll just upload it. I'm going to close this right here. So I'll come to screen options and also uncheck that, so that my dashboard always remains clean. Then I'll come back to plugins. I'm going to click add new right there. Then I'm going to upload, because now my Elementor Pro is not online. So I'll just have to upload since I have the file on my computer. So I'm going to locate my Elementor Pro. So if you purchase Elementor Pro, you'll also be given a file like the one I have. So you just upload it. So there's my Elementor Pro, and I'm going to install. So you give it some time, 30-45 seconds, should be done. And it's unpacking the files, and voila, done. Also make sure it's activated, done. Usually when you install a theme or your first WordPress, you'll have some existing plugins that for me I don't use them. So more often than not, I usually delete them, so that I ensure my dashboard and my plugins are clean, and I'm only having plugins that I'm using. Any plugin that you are not using, just take it off. So the next thing I'm going to do right here is to go into pages, and I'm going down to you'll also have dummy pages here. So I'm just going to check all of them. Bulk action, move to trash, and I'm going to apply. So the pages I need for the website, as always, you need the home page. So I'll just come here, add a page, then give it the title, and I'm going to say home. Then I'm going to publish here, publish. Then I'm going to add new page. So we also need the about us page. I'm also going to publish that. So I'm going to add a new one. So we also need the product and services. If you are new here, guys, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. There is more content that is coming up. So I'm also going to add the last page, which is contact us, publish. Okay, voila. So I'll just go back to my dashboard. I'll use the WordPress logo. So here are my pages. As you can see, the layout is very simple. You just have to follow what it's telling you. You want to add pages, go to pages and add pages. So I have my pages here. The very first page you need to design is your what? Your home page. But before you design the home page, you need what? You need the header section. Let me just go to my website here. You see here where the logo is, the about, and now the pages that we have created should come here. And voila, you'll have your header. So the very first thing is creating the header. So let's jump in and create the header and also create the what? The footer, because the header and the footer are the same throughout the website. So those are components that should be reused. You shouldn't be designing the header and the footer on each and every page. So let's jump in and create our header and our footer. So what you do, you come to templates, then find something called theme builder. So I'm going to right click and open this in a new tab, because on the theme builder we are going to be able to create the header and the footer. So as you can see, we have the header, we have the footer. So for us, we want to create the header, so I'll click on the header. And Wahala, it gives you some blocks here that you can import and start with, but for me I like doing all my designs from scratch. So simply I'm going to close this, and I'm also going to close that. So I have a clean Elementor canvas. This is what we call an Elementor canvas. So I'm going to design the header here. So I need it's not difficult. So I'm going to create here a new container, and I don't like using these flex boxes. So how do I disable this? Because I love using the blocks. The flex boxes, I don't like using them. So I'll go back to Elementor, and right here I'll go to settings, then I'll come to features, then I'll find flexbox here, flexbox container. I'm going to make this inactive, deactivate, then I'm going to save. Okay, so for me I like using the default Elementor blocks. So I'm going to refresh this so that it loads the changes that we have made on the dashboard. So if I click on this, as you can see, these are easier to work with because these are two columns. This is this is one column, these are three columns. Yeah, and you can add as many columns, and you can just play around with them. So for me, I need a full column, so I'll click on the first one. So I have my full column right here. Okay, but before I do this, there's something we need. We have to go to the website settings and choose our global colors and global fonts, the fonts we are going to use and the colors. So I'll come here to settings, then I'll go to okay, sorry, not here. Come to Elementor. No. Where is it? Settings, general settings. It's not appearing anywhere. Okay, let me just locate it. Oh, here, sorry, here, site settings. It's supposed to be site settings. Sorry about that. It's right here, site settings, because this is the new layout of Elementor. It wasn't like this before. This is the latest, so I'm still trying to figure out where the tools are. Previously, the site settings was below here, and it used to have the cog icon. That's why I went first here. So you find the site settings. I think you can get them from the dashboard also. If you go to, where is it? Settings. Yeah, you can choose, you can make a few changes here, like they choose the site icon and also the site title, but I like doing them in Elementor. So I'll come to global colors. That's the first thing. So the company I'm working with, their primary color is red, so I'm going to give it a red here. I already have the color codes, so I can just paste like that. And the secondary color, it's a shade of is it maroon? Yes, so I'm going to add it also. So that's it. Then now on the text, I'm going to make black, but not fully black, something like that. Then on the accent color, I can still give the maroon color, or any color that you think you are going to use it on the website. So yeah, there is one more color here. Let me just get it. Let me hope this is it. Then I'm going to paste it there. Yes, voila. So if you need more colors, you can add right here, add color, and you can add the colors, global colors, or any colors you are going to use. For me, those are the colors I'll use. Save changes. I'll go back. Then global fonts, I need to choose the fonts I'm going to use. So for the primary color here, I'm going to use there's this font called Coombe. Yeah, here it is, Kump Sans. That's the font I'm going to use. So for the primary color, okay, so for all the primary, secondary text and the accent, I'm going to use the same font, but now the way it changes. So for the primary you can see it's using semi bold, but for the secondary I'll use the same font. But now I'm using the normal, and come to text, I'll also use normal on text. So you can see it's giving me a preview of whatever I'm choosing. Okay, then I'm going to save the changes. And so I have my colors, I have my fonts. The last thing is to add the logo and the site. That's for the logos. And the, what do you call it, the fav icon, you use the site identity. So here for the site logo, I'm going to click on upload, then find the file on your website. So for me, here is the logo, and I'm going to click yes, save changes. So I have my site logo. For the fav icon, it's usually this small icon that appears here. As you can see on my website, there's this small icon. So for the logo we have uploaded, this is the logo. For the fav icon, it's this small logo that appears here. I haven't created it, so I'll add it on the next video. But if you have yours ready, ensure it is 512 by 512, then upload it right there. So we are done for our site settings. So if I come here, now we had created this full container. Now the next thing, I'm going to divide this container into two. So on the left, I'm going to place my logo, and on the right, I'm going to place my links, that is the pages links. So I'll just come to this add element, click on that, then I'm going to add an inner section. So the inner section is to help me divide the container. So just click on it, and voila, here it is. So as you can see, if I come to the center, there is that two-sided arrow thing that appears. So just click and drag. So for me, I'm just going to position it like that. So I'm going to position my logo here, and I'm going to position my links this side. So right here, I'm going to come back to this, and here it is on my elements. Then the site logo, click, drag it, and position it right there. And voila, there is our logo. Then the next thing is to bring in the links. So I'll go back, click on this add, then it's called the WordPress menu because it's the menu. So click on it, drag, position. It's just drag and drop. Then once you have dropped the menu, you have to select the specific menu. It's saying there are no menus. So we haven't created the menu. We added the pages, but we didn't create a menu. So go back to the dashboard. So for me, here is my dashboard. I'll come to appearance, then menus. So click on menus, and now we are going to create our menu, and I'm going to call it the main menu. Okay, it should appear on the header and on the footer, then create. So we have our menu, then I'm going to add the pages. Here they are. So check on all the pages, add to menu, or you can select the pages you want them to appear, okay, on your menu. So now I'm going to arrange them from left to right. So from left to right, the first one should be the home page. So the home page should be the first one. About us, product, services, then now contact us is the last far right. So that's how you just click and drag them, position them like that, save menu, and voila, menu has been updated. So I'll go back here, I'll publish this. Why I'm publishing? Because I have to refresh for it to load the menu. So I'll have to publish and add a condition. The condition is this header should appear on the entire site. Okay, so it has to appear on the entire site. That's why I said it's a component that appears on all the pages. So that's why you have to give it that condition so that it appears on all the pages. So it's done. I'll refresh now so that it loads the menu that we just added, and voila, there it is. There is our menu. So we need to design the menu so that it looks nice. Okay, so I'll click on it, then I'm going to increase the distance between them. So I'll come to usually alignment, center, so that's at the center. Come to style, then I'm going to give what it's called space between, like that. As you can see, it's behaving. The next thing, I'm going to change the text color to the primary color red, like that. Then I'm going to remove the drop down when I hover this line here. So I'll go back to content. Then the pointer, I'm going to do that to none. So you can even toggle this back, the panel, then now you are able to see. So if I hover, it's changing the color. So for me, how should it change? No, I don't want it. I want it to, instead of it changing that color, I want it to have a background. So I'll change the pointer to background, so that when you see, it does something like that. Then the active one should have that background and a white color on top. So I'll come to, where is it, style. Then on hover, it's already, pointer is that accent color of ours, and the text color is white. Active should also be this, and the text color here, give it white. So we are good. Now something funny, you see here we have you should, because your site should be responsive on all devices. So if I go to mobile, see it gives me this toggler, but it doesn't look nice. Why? Because the toggler should be somewhere here, then the logo on the left. That's the standard way of designing your website. So how do I achieve that? You can see these containers, or these columns, they have stacked each other on top of each other. For me, I want them side by side. So I'll click the first container, and right here the width, I'm going to give it a width of 60%. So like that. Then I'm going to click on the other container, then I'm going to give it 40%, so that now it's full. 60 plus 40 is 100%. So now I'll click on this. This is our toggler, so I'm going to design it. Here it is, it's called the toggle button. So I'm going to give it a background of red, then I'm going to give the color white for the lines. Then now I'm going to align it to the far right, okay, so that it goes to the far right. So I'll come to content. Here is my toggler right here, then toggler alignment to the right, so you can see. So the changes are happening in real time, okay, and there it is. So if I click on it, as you can see, I don't want this. I want it to start from here, so that it appears on its full width. So still on that toggler, I'll come here and give it a full width. Here it is, full width, and this should only appear on mobile portrait, and there it is. It's now full width. But now I would like it to have a shade, a background shade, okay? So I'll go back to style, then on drop down, because this is the drop down. If we click, now it's creating a drop down. So that's the drop down we need to style. On the background, I'm going to give it a red, but now I'll give it a very lower shade. So I'll do something like that, right there. Then I'm going to add that color as my red shade, so that now next time I need that color, I do not have to go back and look for it. So now come to hover. On hover, the background should be red and the text should be white. No, the background should not be red, should be our accent color. Here it is, so that now it matches whatever we had on our desktop site. As you can see, it's behaving. Then on the active, the same thing. Use the accent color for the background and white for the text. And yeah. Then the next thing, I feel it's too close here on top, so I'm going to give it a distance. Here it is. I'll give it a distance like that. Nice. Then the next thing, I'm also going to give it the distance between these pages. So I'm going to give it a vertical padding like that. Then I'm going to create borders, small lines here, very small lines. So I'm going to give it a border here, solid. But now I'm going to unlink this, and I'm going to give it just, sorry, that's not it. I'm going to where is it? Here it is, divider. Sorry, it's not a border, it's a divider. So here it is. I'm going to say solid. Then I'm going to give it a border width of 1, just 1. As you can see there, it has appeared. Then the color, let's use our accent. It's too bold, red. Okay, let's see. Okay, red is okay, but it's too bold. It has to be a little bit. I don't like it when okay, so I'll just take it down, something like that. That's okay. Then again, for the text color, on default, what should we use? Where is it? On normal text color. Okay, let's try this. Red. that's too much red, so I'll just go back to using our text color. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to ensure the typography is a bit bolder, so I'm going to use semi-bold. And yes, that's okay. So that's okay. So we have designed now our mobile menu. We also have our desktop menu, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, there has to be something that differentiates the body and the menu. So I'm going to add a small shadow below here, a small shadow, so that you are able to tell this is the menu. So for the menu, I'm going to give it a background of red. That is the entire not red, of white, the entire container, as you can see. So I'm going to give it white. I've selected on this container right here, it's white. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a border shadow. Okay, so here like that, as you can see, the shadow is already there, but it's too so I'm going to lower it down, the opacity, so that I have something that looks like that. Then another thing I can see, there's something called we have to center align the logo and our menu here. They have to be centrally aligned. So for that, you need to use the inner section that we added. So we have this here, it's called the structure, as you can see. So what we did first, we added a section. The section was the container. Then inside the first column, we added an inner section. So this inner section, I want to align all the content center. So I'll come here, the layout, then vertical align middle. As you can see, it's changed. I take this to default, as you can see. So I check that to middle. And the other thing, I'm going to remove the gap. So columns gap, no gap, so that my header looks like that. Pretty nice, huh? That's cool. So as you can see, the footer is picking a very funny footer. So we also need to design our footer. Okay, so I'm going to publish our header. So the mobile view is okay, as you can see. When you come to the tablet view, it's not okay, as you can see. So I'll click on this. Then on the tablet, I'm going to reduce the space between. Yes, so that it looks like that. Then desktop, perfect. Tablet, mobile. So we are good. We are pretty good. So I'm going to publish that. Okay, so what's the next thing is designing our footer. So I'll click on here and then I'll go back to our theme builder. Remember, when we came to the header, we had to go to the theme builder, then created the header. So we have to go back and create. So you can see our header is already here. So we need to create a what? Footer. Here it is, header, footer. Click on that. We don't have any template, so we're going to add our footer template. Okay, so it's giving me some templates to start with, but as I said, I love starting all my designs from scratch, because with that I have all the abilities, and I can change it to whatever I want. Okay, so as you can see already, our header is appearing properly right there. So now we add a full column for our footer. So for the footer, I'm going to use a background of our accent color. Not the accent, let's use the secondary color. Yes, the dark one, or we use the accent. I think the accent is quite okay. Then same thing as I did, I'm going to add the inner section. Click on it and we have our inner section here. So for the footer, I don't have the design in my head, but I'm going to delete this. The other, it had two columns. The inner section had two columns, so I deleted one. So I'm remaining with one column inside here. So sorry, let me undo so that I still have two. Then I'm going to reduce this like that. Then I'm going to duplicate this again. So now I have three columns. Okay, I'm going to use the logo here, quick links here, and maybe social here. Okay, social links. So here the very first thing is to bring in our logo. So let's see, then say site logo, drag it there. Okay, pahala, there is our logo. Then another thing, you can add a small about description that is about the company. Okay, let me just get a small description of about the company. So okay, so come to add an element. So here we're going to add a text editor. Here it is. text editor, click and drag, drop it there. Then I'm going to paste my content there. Then I'm going to change the text color obvious to white so that it's visible. Okay, another thing, as you can see, there is we need padding here. The distance between here, the logo, and our section is too near, so it's too narrow. I'll click on the main section and link the padding. So for the top I'm going to say 40, and also for the bottom I'm going to say 40. Okay, I'll also need so since here we'll add our links and here our socials. Below here we will add the copyright. So I'm going to add another section. For this one I'm just going to give it our dark color, which is our text color. Yeah, I think our text color can work for that. Then I'm going to bring in another text editor here, right there. The color should be white. Then align it center. Then I'm going to bring in now the copyright text. I already have it, so go back to the content and I'm going to paste it there. So there's something I need also. There's that copyright symbol. Let me just get it. So the copyright symbol. Okay, so it has to come here. There it is. Then the year is 2024. Stone Kenya Limited. And yeah, I think maybe we try red here, the bar for the background. Yeah, I think yes. You see, our website is already making shape. It's not difficult to design our website. So now I'll need a heading here to say quick links. So I'll come here and look for heading. Here's my heading. Click and drag. Then I'll change this to quick links. Then I'll duplicate this. So right click, duplicate, click this, drag, drop it here. Then I'm going to change this to let's connect, because here I'm going to bring in the social media handles basically. So this should not be red, so I'll change this to white. I'll also change this to white. So for the quick links here, we're just going to bring in our menu. Okay, the same menu here. So I'll just come to this, then I'll click on WordPress menu, click and drag, voila. Then I want it, instead of it being horizontal, I want it vertically. There we go. Change the text color here to white. Then I'll also need a divider, the one we had used on our mobile menu. So for this one, it does not have a breakpoint because I'm not going to use a toggler here on mobile, and but I'll show that when designing the mobile version of this. So I need where is it? I need okay, come to style, and I need a divider. Where is it? So for the pointer here, I'm going to use none. I don't need any pointer. Okay, so I think I'll just continue. As you can see, if I hover, the color disappears because now the background color matches the hover color. So let's change the hover color here too. Let's just maintain this to white so that it's a link, but and for the active also maintain to white. And yes, there we go. So I wanted to add some dividers here. I can't locate my divider. Is it here? Here it is. Divider solid. It won't work because this is the drop. Let's just see. Maybe it works. Change the border color to white. Then give it 1. It's not working because this is for drop down, and we are in this is the main menu. It's not the drop down. So I don't know where we have that, but should be. Come on. Okay. Advanced border solid. Okay, this one's taking the entire section border, so none. Okay, maybe for that Okay, let's just shift to mobile, and we see it's creating this toggler like whatever it was creating on our. So it's not supposed to do that. It has to maintain like the menus as they are. So to do that, the breakpoint, change the breakpoint to none, and done. It's that simple. Okay, it's that simple. It's that simple. So our style, horizontal, vertical padding, text is white, overactive, and I think yeah, we are done for that. So go back to desktop here. Then now we need to change we need to add our links here for social links. So I'll just come here and type social. So here are our social icons. So I just click, drag them and paste there. Okay, so we need to design them. So left align. For the columns, it has to be one column so that they are stacked vertically. Okay, square. Yes, I'll work. Okay, circles. Yes, perfect. Then the next thing, I'll come here. Then now we need to increase the space between. Okay, sorry, row gap. Okay, something like that. So you just have to come. If it's Facebook, paste your link to your Facebook page here. If it's Twitter, paste it here. And if it's YouTube, paste it here. If you need to add more, just click on add item and voila, there it is. Choose the icon here, give it the name, and you're good. So for me, I'm going to maintain those three, just like that. So I'm having an issue because I would like to have like the word Facebook, Twitter in front of each of them. So okay, let's see if there's a way to do that. There's no way. Why? Because these are icons. So how do we do that? We use something called an icon box or icon list. Icon box, icon list. Okay, let's use the icon list. So for this, I'm going to delete. And for this, I'm going to delete these two. I remain with one. So the first one, let's find their Facebook. So here's our Facebook. Insert, and voila, there it is. Then let's give it a name as Facebook. Now let's style it. Okay, not space for now. For the icon, let's give it 22. Okay, it's still small. Let's play with 28 or maybe 30. Okay, for the color, I think white. Then let's go to our text. For the text color, white. Then come to typography and let's make this 18. And yes, then let's change this to medium. And voila, there we go. So for this one, it's also the same. If you come back to our list, you can paste the link to your Facebook here. So I'm going to duplicate this right here. Duplicate, then change this to Twitter. So Twitter now is X. So then we can change here to Twitter. Then the last one we had added was YouTube. Insert. That's voila. So as you can see, they're too close to each other. So that's where here the space between comes in. So you can space them like that. And yes guys, our footer is done. Because if I change this to tablet view, okay, it's okay. And if I change this to mobile view, it's perfect. As you can see, our mobile view first is very perfect, and our desktop view is perfect. So we have our header and we have our footer. Okay, so the next thing is publish. Add a condition so that it displays on the entire site, then save and close. So voila guys, that's it for today. So let's meet in the next video, whereby now we start designing the actual website. In the meantime, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative content. Peace out.